Hi, my name is Kim and I'm currently on a 5-week road trip around Scotland. Here I spend my time walking along beautiful beaches, exploring old castle ruins, as well as just enjoying the beautiful countryside there is on offer. If you want to follow me on my adventures, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. I'll see you out there. Good morning everyone. It looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. We've just got a little bit of haze up in the sky right now, but it should burn off in the next couple of hours. And it's promising to be a nice and warm day. Now, today we're going to do what I'll call a beach exploration day. Now, there's some pretty nice beaches in the area, and I've got probably about 5 or 6 marked on my maps. I don't know if we'll get to all of them, but we'll definitely check out a couple of them. And to start out with, I'm basically going to drive north and drive to the one that's furthest away. Probably just going to drive straight through, and then throughout the day, kind of going to work my way back and stop in some nice places, hopefully some nice viewpoints. I'll definitely find a cafe or a restaurant for some lunch as well. So it's just going to be a nice and chill day. But yeah, now first stop, it's about an hour and a half north. And I said that's as far as we'll go. And after that, we'll start driving closer again. I've arrived at our first destination, and it's pretty good timing because the sun is just about to properly start burning through the mist. But yeah, let's get out there and have a look. Let's have a look at a beach. Look at this beautiful beach here around me. And this is Mellon Udrigle beach. We are just a few miles north of Old Bay. But this is a really beautiful white sand beach. We have just passed high tide, so the water is quite high. But you see, even at high tide, there is plenty of beach left to play with. So this beach here faces northeast, and you do have, firstly some dunes here, but then also some higher ground back there. So depending what direction the wind comes from, this actually looks like quite a sheltered beach. You've also got kind of a little bit of protection on that side. So it also right now, it says it's only 7 degrees at the moment. It's still relatively early, but it does feel quite warm. You can definitely tell there's, at least at the moment, there is no wind here. So yeah, lovely place. So there's no facilities here on the beach, so make sure you bring everything you need. But there is, just kind of up there back behind the beach, there is a campsite, so you could wake up with this view and you know, maybe even have a morning swim. The colors on this beach just look absolutely stunning today. It's really, if you didn't see me in my coat, you could definitely think this place is a lot warmer than it looks like. This could literally be a beach right out of the Caribbean. I can definitely tell already, like I said, it's going to be a fairly warm day and the wind is supposed to stay low. And it is lovely here. but I said the day's probably not quite warmed up enough to comfortably sit on the beach and enjoy the sun. So I'm just heading back to the car because there's about 4 more beaches or so I want to check out, and so I don't want to spend too long here where I can't just sit and read my book. So we're gonna head on to the next one, and then probably beach 3 or 4 is where I'll spend a lot more time on when the day has warmed up more. But yeah, this is an amazing beach, but I'm pretty sure the other ones are gonna be really nice as well. Right, off and on to the next one. So I was just driving a little bit due south again, and I just could not stop here at this viewpoint. You'll see yourself why. I know it's still a little bit misty out in the air, but hopefully you'll see all this panorama. So definitely quite a decent view back towards the south. I've just driven down to a village called Gairloch, which is probably more of a well-known place around here. There is a beach not too far away from here called Big Sands that I want to check out. But just before we drive out there, just stopped here at the Visitor Information Centre because I do think there's a bakery in there because I'm after some goodies. I might have gone a little bit overboard with the cake, but they have a great selection of cake here. I bought 3 different things: a chocolate cake, a tahini brownie, and an Oreo slice. And you'll see the common denominator in those, which is chocolate, because I'm a little bit of a chocoholic. But yeah, plenty of other options as well. So yeah, I'm sorted for the next little while. But also just because obviously I've just bought sweet stuff, I'll need something proper to eat as well. But I think I'll just settle for a sandwich or something like that. So parking for Big Sand Beach is a little bit not as straightforward. So the whole beach is basically backed by a caravan camping place, and you can park with them, but they'll charge a fee, which is fine, I believe. But just a few 100 meters past the caravan entrance, there is a little parking area here, just kind of on the side of the road, which I've stopped at, and we should be able to walk down to the beach from here. But before I start heading down there, on the way out of Gairloch, I did stop at a little bakery and I got myself a panini. So I'm just gonna have that first here in the car, and then we'll start our way down to the beach. That was a great panini, really hit the spot. But I made a bit of a weird decision, and I'm actually not heading down to the beach. I keep looking at where I have to head to, and I've also had another look on the map, and from this direction there doesn't seem to be any other like beach access really, but through the caravan park, and I can't really be bothered to walk through the caravan park. So I'm gonna take you back to Gairloch. We're gonna have a quick stop there so I can just show you a view of Gairloch beach, because that's pretty nice as well. But then we're gonna continue, and where I really want to spend some time and probably spend a couple of hours this afternoon is Red Point Beach, which is a little bit more remote, a little bit quieter, and I think will be our afternoon destination for today. So driven back down into Gairloch, and you'll see in just a moment, this is Gairloch Beach. So another lovely sandy beach, and this beach also has facilities and cafes and shops in the close vicinity. I am just parked up here, which is more of a viewpoint, but you do have a little bit further down, you have a proper beach car park, and it's just a short walk to the beach from there. Well, I'll hop back into the car now and we'll head to Red Point. Made it to Red Point. This is a little bit of a drive away from the main road, so it's about, I think it's about 8-9 miles on a single track, reasonably remote, but at the end here there is a little parking area, and from here there's actually two beaches that look really nice. So you've got Red Point Beach, which is kind of just ahead of me over that little hill, but then you've also got Craigsmere Beach. It's not far, just a little bit more of a walk, which kind of off to my left. I want to go to both beaches, and we're going to go to Craigsmere first because it's further away, because once I finish with Red Point Beach, as I don't know which one yet, but I'll definitely spend a bit of time chilling, at least on one of the beaches. But when I finish with Red Point, I just want to be able to have a quick getaway back to that car. Alright, I'm ready. Let's head off. It's still beautiful today, but unfortunately, at least so far, the sun still hasn't kind of fully come out at full strength like it was kind of yesterday, because you can see, like, especially if you look at the mountain chain at the back, there's still just a haze to the air that's definitely taking a lot of the warmth of the sun away. So that's a little bit of a shame, because you can see otherwise there's one cloud there, but otherwise it's a pretty clear sky. But yeah, it's just that weird haze that's sitting in the air. This could definitely be a bit of a muddy track. So pretty much a lot of the ground, as you can see here, it has been churned up by what looks like a big tractor. It's been fairly dry, so it's like it's not too bad at the moment, but if this rains into this dirt, it will be very muddy. Right, we are nearly at the beach, and you'll definitely have plenty of wildlife company out here. Got some sheep, I think we've got geese, and there's even some cows over that way. And here's the beginning of the beach. Still got to go down a little bit because we can just see kind of the dunes here over the back, even some grass growing here over the top. And here we are on kind of the main beach proper. Let's head up there. You can see some old houses here up at the side of the beach. Unfortunately, probably abandoned during the highland clearances. Got 2 sheep there that are following me out onto this island. But yeah, there's some lush green grass here, so I'm not surprised. This is a lovely place. It does feel a little bit like you're at the end of the world, but I don't think that's a bad thing. But yeah, this beach is great. I don't think there will be that much beach at high tide, but you kind of have the dunes behind it where you can probably chill. But yeah, you'll definitely have a bit of wildlife with you here. Now I think I'm gonna pick one of these boulders and just sit down for a while. Sitting here was lovely, but I do want to check out that other beach before the afternoon's over. So gonna head back up there. Basically gonna retrace our steps to the car, and then from the car we're going off in another direction. I've just met a couple who are coming the other direction, and they've just told me that what they're trying to do is there's actually a circular walk. So you come back out kind of the track that I came out on, and then there is apparently a little trail that goes from the beach we've just been on along the cliff towards Red Point. I wasn't aware of that. I probably would have attempted it, but I'm already well over halfway back, so it doesn't really make sense to turn around again. But yeah, just you might be able to find a walk description for it online. But nice idea. Now I'm not bothered about walking back the same way here, and then yeah, we'll just cut down to the other beach. Right, we are back at our starting point. There's the cars. Now to get to Red Point Beach, we'll literally just head straight down here where you can see that person walking, and this one should be a lot closer. There's this big sand dune that you have to get up and over to get down to the beach, but there are some like defined paths over it that you can see quite well. But yeah, getting up a sand dune is always hard. Actually, from the top here it looks like you don't necessarily have to go up and over the dune to get to the beach. If you go around the side, you should be able to come out that way. I mean, that's definitely my plan for the way back, because yeah, this is a bit of a dune to climb. But now let's head all the way down to the beach because it is beautiful. Walking back from the other beach, I was pretty much ready to just, have a quick look at this, head back to the car and drive back to Torridon. But now that I'm here, I think we do have to spend some time here. So I'll just find myself a spot along the dune, sit down for a bit more, and yeah, this is a stunning beach. I think, I mean, the first one was really nice, but I think this one might be my favorite one so far. Alright, that was another half an hour I spent just sitting and staring out at the sea and enjoying the sun and the breeze. But I think it is time to head back to the car and start driving, because it is still about an hour's drive back to Torridon. And yeah, the afternoon's slowly coming to a close, and I do have a couple of things to organise this evening, so I don't want to get back too late. So let's see if we can find a way off this beach without climbing back over that sand dune. So I've come quite far to the left end of the beach when you kind of look down towards the water, and here it does seem like you can kind of skirt around the side and just slightly go over the top there and then cut over without the need of climbing a dune. Right, we are just gonna head over this little bump here, and now we'll just cut across here. So you still gotta go over the dune a little bit, or you don't have to go all the way up there. So yeah, I'm just looking back down onto the sand dune, and the easiest way to get down to the beach is definitely just going through there, or you could also go all the way through the right and then down. But if you do go for this pass here at the top, that gives you some really nice views down onto the beach. But yeah, just a little bit harder work. Here we are back in the car, and our beach day is over. Now this was a great day. It wasn't quite as I expected it, as that it was supposed to be clear blue skies and very sunny, and we never really got that, but it was still a wonderful day. And especially the first beach and now Red Point here, the last beach, were both amazing. Definitely would love to come here in the summer for a complete beach day and actually go for a swim. But other than that, time to start the car and drive back to Torridon and finish off our day. So I'm headed back to the hostel, got it all right there, and this is the end of another great day. And unfortunately this will be pretty much our last day of exploring on our road trip as well, because tomorrow all I'm doing is driving back to Inverness, and I'm spending the next couple of days there, but the weather's looking pretty rubbish, so I don't think I'll be doing much, and I'm mainly heading back to Inverness for a few days, just to basically running some errands before heading over to the island, and also hang out with some friends. So this was a great Scottish road trip. I feel like I've seen loads, but also there's so many more things I still want to see. I mean, one of the big ones I didn't end up doing, the North Coast 500, which is at the very top of my list. But logistics wise, it was just not that easy, because at this time of the year many places are not open. So would have been nice, it would have been pretty quiet, but just kind of accommodation option and food options and stuff would have been pretty limited. And I'm usually more than happy to sleep in the car. Obviously I've done it on the first night of this road trip and I was okay, but with all my stuff in the back, there's really not much space. I wouldn't want to do it for more than just a night, and because I didn't want to rush around the NZ 500, it probably would have been a few nights in the car. So yeah, postponed until a later point, as well as, you know, so many more things throughout the rest of Scotland to show you. Still didn't make it any further south than Edinburgh, so plenty more things down there. But yeah, I think it's been great, and if I do anything interesting the next couple of days, I'll definitely pick the camera up. But otherwise, I'll see you for a big move to the Isle of Skye.